Hello, my name is Simon Sokolow, and I'd like to welcome you to a day in the life of a Williams college student studying abroad at Oxford, doing the WIPO program. WIPO stands for Williams Exeter Program at Oxford. And yeah, today should be a good day. We're building up to Summer 8s, which is a big exciting regatta, or bumps racing is what it's called here. And I'm going to work on my essay, finish a problem set. It's like 6 a.m. I'm going to bike to the Isis, which is the headwaters of the Thames, and do some rowing, and then come back here, take a shower, do some studying, submit a problem set, do some more studying, then probably have dinner, and then go to a couple events. Let's do it. Here's everyone going for their morning outing on their walk to Boathouse Island. Those are our houseboats. That's Christchurch Meadow, because technically Boathouse Island is on land owned by Christchurch. There's tons of birds. Hey Ben, Maliki. There they are biking to practice. So that means I'm not late, which is great. I should also clarify what the whole college situation of Oxford is. So there's the University of Oxford, and then underneath that there are 36 different colleges, and a lot of them have rowing clubs. They each have their own campus and faculty members, and so it's a really interesting decentralized organization. But it's pretty cool because you meet someone, you're like, oh, what college do you go to? And some of the colleges are like known to be richer or posher or religious or more prestigious, or have a nicer campus or nicer food. So it's really cool. And this is Boathouse Island, and so all the colleges have their own coat of arms too. And I'm Exeter, so I'm like halfway down. Here's Isaac.
No, honestly, I it was kind of like silky.
Don't tell me this is the cue.
Yeah.
For the finish, 7:4. Right on. Just arms. Ready. Get.
Haven't got the GoPro.
Yeah, dial now, boys. Long on the wheels now. We go with you, Pembroke. Straight side off. Let's up it round. Ready. Get. Together. Yeah, put a bit more on it, Ben.
Feels like super tense, and like we're not just like
Bell pair, tap it up.
rolling out
One.
in front.
It was dialed all last week. Let's keep it there.
Yeah, Dane, there's still such a chopper.
Sorry, mate.
I said, you're still such a chopper, please.
Okay. I heard all Felix said about you, mate.
Okay, back from rowing. It's now about 8 o'clock. We had an okay outing. Some people didn't get much sleep at all, so that might have hurt our rowing a little bit. Now I'm going to get some granola for breakfast. Back at WIPO, approximately 2 hours after I left. Time to have some breakfast, take a shower, have some breakfast, and then start studying. Here's my dorm room. It's big, nice and spacious. We're really spoiled here in the WIPO complex. The way that our academics work here is a little funky because we take 2 tutorials a term. And so that's once a week meeting with a professor for 1 hour or meeting with a graduate student. Yeah, all of mine have been PhD students. You go over an essay or you go over a problem set. You have a very personal interaction about the subject matter. And which on one side, if you haven't learned it, it's super obvious. So it forces you to have to learn it and then have to be able to articulate your thoughts. Although it's like I only have 2 hours of class a week, which is crazy. So I have to spend the other time kind of preparing for those hours, those 2 hours. And this term, I have one class, which is computational game theory that has a problem set every week. And I have one class, which is philosophy, ethics of AI, which has a paper, 2,000-word essay every week. And so my week really revolves around doing my problem set, which is due Wednesday, and then doing my paper, which is due Thursday. And today is Tuesday. So I'm in the grind part of the week right now. Here's the WIPO library. Time for the second bike ride to City Center today. I usually do about 2 back and forths. And 1 back and forth is 3 miles, so I guess I bike 6 miles a day, which is not bad, but not a ton. So it's good that I do crew practice in addition to get exercise in. Yeah, time to get lunch.
Would you like chocolate with that?
Yes, please.
I'm on 2197.
Mash?
No, can I have that?
No, we don't get paid for
And
that.
then can I also have a small pasta?
Oh, you're training now?
Thank you.
Yeah, alright, and I'll take the money.
That's a small pack. It's a large. Is that
It's a small pasta.
It's a pretty cool, historic hall. The big painting is the founder of the college, Walter the Stapleton. Post-lunch discussion with friends on the front quad.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Exeter's great. Simon's all right.
His body language is just lying.
He's got guns.
Nah, things are going great. I just had the best tutorial ever.
What was it
Oh.
about?
It was about the Industrial Revolution and why Britain. And I talked about the Dutch and how they burned peat.
So when you said the question about why Britain, you went with the Dutch. That's
I went
good.
because the Dutch are almost there. And then they don't make it.
Yeah.
But the British make it. So what's the difference?
The Dutch speak better English.
What?
They actually do speak better English than the British.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it goes Dutch, Americans, English people.
Yeah, Americans are very articulated.
Yeah, they are. Well,
Very
intelligent
Wait,
ones.
really?
The ones that leave America are.
You
passports are great.
Oh, no.
come across American I couldn't understand. Like you can come across British people that you don't really
That's
understand.
true. You don't have a
Like
version of
Glaswegians,
Liverpool.
for example, you
Or
sometimes
Glasgow,
can't.
yeah.
Or like
You don't have
Scousers,
any
you
like
can't
silly
come-
places.
Is this for the tournament?
Yeah, it's losers basket.
A loser's bracket. This is the Fellows Garden. Exeter is well known because it has probably the best view of the Radcam, the Radcliffe camera, which is a cool library. I think I'll go there next to study. Wow, that conversation that we had was crazy. I think it was like an hour long of standing there because it's now like past 1 p.m. Actually, no, then it's like about a 40-minute conversation. But yeah, I have a seminar that starts at 4. And there's another talk that I might want to go to that I think starts at 3. So I think for now, I'll show you around the Exeter College Library, and then I'll show you inside the RadCam, and I'll do some reading, some studying in the RadCam before I head off over there. But here, let's see a bit more. And this is a really cool tree. It has fruit. These fruits, when they're ripe, they taste kind of like strawberries, if I remember correctly.
Find it.
Here's Walter, the cat named after the founder, Walter the Stapleton. That's the backside of the hall. Exeter is in a really great location because it's so central, and you can just walk to the RadCam like I'm doing. So we're really spoiled for our choice of libraries. Exeter Library, Repo Library, RadCam. Underneath the RadCam is the Glink, which connects the RadCam to the Bodleian. And there's the Radcliffe Social Science Library, Radcliffe Science Library, Nissan Library, which is Japanese Studies Library. It's kind of crazy how many libraries there are. Here's Brasenose, where the Saltburn guys go. And then Lincoln is over here. That's All Souls. And then behind here is Hartford. And Oxford is called the city of dreaming spires, and you can see a lot of spires around here. They all have kind of like roses or something on them, crafted out of stone. Study spot acquired. Now time to do some reading. It's turned into a beautiful day. Okay, I read that paper. It's all about the future of work. If no human work is economically important, then what's the value of work? And should all jobs be done by machines? That's kind of the theme. It's cool, they have a website called talks.ox.ac.uk where you can go and see all the talks that are happening for the week. And so I put all the talks that I wanted to go to on my Google Calendar, and then if I have time, then I go to some of them. And so right now I'm gonna go to a talk that's actually near where the seminar is gonna happen, so I won't have to travel a ton. And it should be cool because I get speakers from all over the world. This one's from Harvard, and some of the talks are really interesting. And it's just like a lot of variety, and because Oxford is such a bigger, busier place than Williamstown, there's just more happening here. So I'm really grateful that I have this opportunity to explore these opportunities that I wouldn't have had the chance to if I'd stayed at Williams.
The ones that you posted, maybe the authority might be watching you, so you might get posted more. You might get censored more. Or maybe if you're sort of content moderating yourself, actually you may not get censored as much.
That was an interesting talk, although I mostly just read some of the readings for this next seminar thing during it, so I didn't quite understand most of it, I would say, and I also almost fell asleep. So hopefully this 2-hour seminar is not just me trying to stay awake, but the person who's coming is really interesting. Prime Intellect is the company that he started, I think.
With this is like quite a useful, interesting position paper by the co-founder of DeepMind, Shane Lack, and his team on basically actually specifying a bit like what do we actually mean by those different terms like AI, AGI, and superintelligence, and he breaks it down in this like.
The seminar went well. Now I'm one-handed GoProing on my bike. I feel like Casey Neistat. And I met a new friend right at the end there. And I didn't get to ask the question I wanted to ask, but I'll just email him because there are a lot of people that snuck up to him at the end. I'm going for dinner. Here we go to Exeter. Thanks so much. That looks pretty good. This is Christchurch. Harry Potter was filmed here, some of it.
Yeah, what I was gonna do is I just like check whether the email ends in
There's a cool like co-working space called Orchard, which is here in Christchurch Art Room. And I just did a little bit of that. I saw Flipper Zero for the first time. That was really cool. And yeah, you kind of meet really interesting people that have super niche interests and can talk about them forever, which is, I don't know, my kind of interest, I guess. It's a beautiful nighttime temperature. Warm night. Back where it began, about actually exactly 15 hours after the start of the day. Well, thanks for joining me, and take care. Bye.